Hello, people. Hello, friends. What's up? I'm Lady Calamere. I welcome you to my channel. And I am doing my 349th presentation. It will be on Hine-Nui-Te-Po. I wish all those who serve a happy Veterans Day. I hope everyone had a great Fetgedi, a great Day of the Dead, a great Samhain, a great Halloween, and had a great supermoon. Look up into the sky tonight, for the aurora borealis is here as it was last night. So, anyways, before I go on, gotta give credit where credit's due. This Hine-Nui-Te-Po trust card comes from the Dark Goddess Oracle Cards by Barbara Miko Johnfrey and Flavia Kate Peters, designed by Kate Osborne. And this beautiful card, oh my god, they're both lovely. This card comes from the goddesses of the world. Awaken your inner goddess oracle cards that celebrate women's diverse stories by Welmy, Sasha, and Sylvia Damiano. And we have Sir Mew Mew here, and behind me we have his sister Lady Bost. And boy, are they being cute today! And look at the back of these cards. And by the way, feel free to hit the subscribe button and give me a comment and a like if you like this video. So, who is she? What is she? She is from the Maroi, the Maroi people. And she is a goddess that deals with the dark, with the shadow, with the death, goddess of death. And her mother is Papa, and it means the earth mother. And her father, who goes by different names, one of them is Rangi, who is the Sky Father. And she is, of course, a dark goddess, Hine-Nui-Te-Po. And her name means the Great Lady of the Night. And she's also the Lady of Darkness. Her father is also called Tane. So Rangi as well as Tane. So she wasn't, from my studies and my findings on her, she wasn't always the goddess of darkness. So she was created by her father and mother. And she was also said to be created of clay or earth in some stories. So she is a goddess who came into her power, her major power, when she became the Lady of the Dead. And she did that at a sense of betrayal. So She is she emphasizes the importance of not only death but also life. And she is the one who actually who Maui tried to trick her because Maui wanted to find a way to stop death for humans. And she put an end to that. So that's why also Maui couldn't save humanity and make it like immortal. She put an end to that one too. And Maui can be a trickster god. And one day I'll talk about Maui. He's also worshipped in Hawaii. She's described as she's drawn as a beautiful woman. One would think, some people might think that she's an ugly or old lady or hag or sagging. And no, she's not. Just like Iresh Kigal, who is very beautiful, so is Hine-Nui-Te-Po. She is a beautiful woman. She was born, and when she was a maiden, she was Hine-Titama. That's what I was trying to. And she was the one who embodied vitality and the life force and the living. She lived in the world of life. She enjoyed who she was, and she enjoyed her existence among others and people. But fate had another turn for her. For her father, and wooed her. And some stories it wasn't so good, but other stories say that she was married and she had children with him. She had a family, okay? Now, she ultimately discovered who her husband was, and she felt disgusted. She felt angry and she left him. She was filled with great sorrow and a sense of betrayal and disgust. So some say that she basically took her own life and she became who she is now. Others say she journeyed, and as she made a journey, she made different name changes. And as she journeyed to the underworld, she became from what she was, Hina Tita Ama to Hine-Nui-Te-Po. So she now takes the role as guardian of the dead, of the souls who passed, the lady of the afterlife. So she, to the Maroi belief, they believe it's important in honoring the ancestors and remembering those who have passed away. And with that, she's involved. I'll read a little bit from this card because I always do when I have a card out. Well, I usually do. Let me get more focus on the card. I'm here playing with Lady Boss. You hear her? She likes to play. playing with this toy. Come here, Boo. So I'm going to read from this Dark Goddesses Oracle cards and pull this out. So the archetypical, what's it called? Can't even. Skeptic, sorry. The archetypical skeptic of Polynesian origin, Hine-Nui-Te-Po turned her back on the light and fled to the underworld, having discovered that the father of her children was also her own father. Unable to live with the shame she felt at this betrayal, she embraced death, becoming its goddess. She is salvation and the chance for all to be reborn literally through her body. So most of the stories is going to say that she was married to him. He knew he was her father, but she did not know. So I don't know if the not so good story of him coming on to her daughter was forced. What I do know is that he married her. So I've heard of some stories, but I don't know if it's true. That's what I'm trying to say. Because you can find a lot of dribble on the internet and everything. So I've known about this lady a very long time. Very long time. So I could see the dark goddess foresight. You are being given a second chance. Walk away from a bad situation. Learn to trust your gut feelings. Don't dwell on the past. Learn from your mistakes, but don't take the blame for the mistakes of others. Speak up before it's too late. Someone will surprise you. So there's more to it in there, but I'm just going to read that because I do want to get on with the presentation. And I'm looking out the window right now to see if I could see the lights. So here is from this book, Goddesses of the World, for this card. And this says, find peace in transitions. The Maroi, goddess of the night and the underworld, reminds you of the profound connection between life and death. Notice the wisdom that lies within darkness. Just as Hine-Nui-Te-Po welcomes the souls of the deceased, let her energy guide you to find peace in the mysteries of life transitions. So she's going to be dealing with transitions. And that could be a transition into a new life that you found. Really, I gotta get this. That's my fault. A new life that you found, or into transitioning from this life to the next world. I gotta throw this out. So it's a good thing I have this microphone so I can walk around and talk. So she's going to be dealing with our ancestors, with those who have passed. And basically, I still feel wonderful from Samhain. And the honoring of the dead and honoring of our ancestors. And as I said before in my Hina post, there are many Hinas. She happens to be one of the many Hinas. And hang on. Sorry, I think my microphone went off for a minute. So she deals with the mysteries of the unknown. She's going to be dealing with the mysteries of the dead. She is very powerful. She is a dark goddess. Her presence is often, you know, felt or heralded by the the Moray Park, which is an indigenous owl to New Zealand. And yes, she is associated with an owl, just like many of the death deities. I mean, you see Santa Muerte associated with the owl. You're going to see the darker deities, and Lilith associated with the screech owl. Um, Ekati, Hecate with the horned owl. Well, she has her own owl. So, and she wears a cloak known as the Te Au Arangi, which this is her shroud, her mantle of the power of death, the energy of death. And she can use this cloak, Te Au Arangi, to conceal her presence, to hide her true form. And we see deities like Santa Muerte with a cloak, where we use her cloak, to protect us. And I'm not saying she's Santa Muerte; she is not. They should not even be served together. Okay, but yeah. So I'm wondering if she uses the cloak as well as to conceal us. So her power, her lineage, in, intertwines this goddess with Genesis. Not the Bible Genesis, but Genesis of life of humanity. She was born from the earth and also connected with the natural world. Stop it. So she is the one who transformed her, who she was and who she becomes, and her name change. It's almost like an initiation where you take a new name when you get initiated. And some lodges and stuff, you can take a new name, and then as you progress, you can take another name. So death is also considered an initiation. Sometimes she is called Hine-Nui-Te-Po, which is again calling her the basically the August woman of night, or the great woman of night. Again, another name for her. She is also known as I'm trying to think. So when she was called the Dawn Maiden, as well as the first woman. So before she becomes the Lady of Death, she is the Dawn Maiden, the Lady of Light, and the first woman. And now she is the harbinger of, instead of being the harbinger of light, she now is the harbinger of night. So she deals with night, darkness. She's nocturnal. She deals with shadow. She deals with, well, we're already night now. So she deals with the dead as well as death and the dominion of the underworld. She has the power to conceal the departed's souls and lead them into the night where they can find peace, rest, and solace. She has great talents and mastery over the natural world, and one sees her as a sorceress. She has the ability to deal with the transitions of each season, of dealing with, she deals with the celestial motions at nights and the tides. So she is the goddess that one to help one bring an end to something so that one can change. So, what can we bring an end to? And I'm not saying go out and do something horrible. No, when I'm saying an end to maybe a bad habit, a bad relationship, maybe you're transitioning from a halfway house to a real home. Okay. Maybe it's time to end, behaviors that had you locked up and to become a progress, to be a benefit to society instead of a negative. So these are the transitions. And sometimes if you don't quit the behavior, you're literally going to be unalive. You know what I mean? So yeah, she deals with these things. And also, as she was betrayed, she can also understand betrayal. Maybe someone betrayed you, or someone who you thought was your friend but wasn't, or maybe you married someone that's actually a monster, and they pretended to be this charismatic guy or a woman, and they're really a monster, a deceiver. So she is she hasn't been forgotten in the Maroi culture. It's just that people are coming towards her. She's being found in oracle cards like these. I think I have one more oracle card with her, and I just didn't feel like digging through all my cards, so I found these two, and I wanted to show it to you. So when people see the reddish hue in the sky, it comes from her story, her legacy, that's deeply ingrained and told among the Maroi communities about her transition, about her story. So she deals with the familial bonds, family. She's going to deal with the societal norms within the Maori culture. And so another thing is she's also within the Maori art. So there is also the traditional tattoos that they do, and it's called moko. These also sometimes incorporate her iconic cloak that I was talking about, how she uses it to hide herself. And also different celestial patterns, paying tribute to her role in guiding the souls from the realm of life to the realm of the ancestors, to Po. So that is the underworld. One of the names is called Po. So she reminds us to remember where we came from, and also to do, she also helps, she can also be used to help with what we inherited. What blessings or curses have we inherited from our family, and to identify it. Maybe it's the intergenerational curse of alcoholism or drug addiction or some type of addiction. It could also be dealing with things that can be a blessing in disguise. It can also be dealing with, okay, the genes for Down syndrome, or genes for autism, the genes for ADHD. I have ADHD, and sometimes I had it benefit me like you wouldn't believe, but sometimes it could be such a curse, but sometimes a blessing, where in order for me to really concentrate on the subject, instead of just reading one book, so I have to read about 3 or 4 books, and by that time I've gathered more information than I would from one book. And I would go into school and ace a test. So it's also learning to overcome these things. You can overcome intergenerational curses. Some of them are cursed. We're not just talking about some sorcerer a long time ago put a curse on you. No, it could be something, a pattern that we have to overcome. It could be something where we have to deal with. And I'm just looking outside the window. But sorry, got a little distracted. That we have to overcome, and we have the power. Meaning, you could be, I've known people that have family, generation after generation, of being criminals. It's like in their genes to be criminal. They could break it. You can have a situation where your great grandmother abused your grandmother abuses your father abuses you. You have a child, but you don't abuse your child. Instead of abusing them, you get angry, you go in the room, count to 10, come back, and then calmly talk, and or find ways to teach your kid from right and wrong and discipline without being abusive, without taking a belt and hitting the kid over and over, because that's abuse when it comes to that. So, or punching, a kid's lights out. That's abuse right there. And that needs to be broken. And instead of saying, "Oh, you're such a loser. You're so dumb," or, you know, "I believe in you. You're smarter than that. You know the difference between right and wrong. And you need to correct what you did." And yeah, we can blow our tops, but there's a difference between discipline and abuse. Okay? So if your kid has bruises, if you see a kid with bruises and the parents say, "Well, I was just teaching them discipline," and they have bruises all over them, no, that's not discipline, that's abuse. So yeah. So it's breaking, what I'm trying to do, say, is not to get off the top, it can be ADHD, is breaking patterns and starting new, good, replace it with good patterns instead of bad patterns. So it's to break it. So what could we learn from our ancestors? What what can we learn not to do? what not to do. Sometimes it's not just what to do, but what not to do. And taking responsibility and becoming responsible. So to do better for your kid than what your parents did, and and for your kid to do better for their kids than what you did. So to become better, not to become worse. To progress, not regress. So yeah, she is very important for remembrance of the departed. She is her stories are preserved. And Tane, her father, is very multifaceted, prominent deity of nature who's associated with creation, associated with harmony and things of beauty, which he has such a significant role in human life as well as natural life of forests and including the birds. He's also known as Tani Mahuta, and he is the protector and ruler of the forest. So yes, Tane is. I'm not trying in any way disrespect Tani. I'm not through this presentation. I don't want to. So he is the ruler of the woods, the forests, the jungles. He is the forest, and he shaped humanity. So, anyways, back to Our Lady here, and as you can see, I really love this depiction where you can see that she deals with the night sky, the dark. And right now it's her time because the sun has set. And this is a lovely time as the nights get longer, it's more of a lovelier time to talk to her. As the days get shorter and the nights get longer, it's her time. And it's not wrong for us to honor her around the time where we honor the dead, especially if we do it with such respect and honor and not in jest. She approachable? She's a dark goddess. She's a goddess of death. So take a lot of so if you are afraid of death and you have an unnatural fear, maybe wait a little bit on this goddess. But if you're ready to deal with ancestors, if you're ready to deal with heritage, and you are ready to deal with the nocturnal, the mysterious, and the unknown, then you are ready to contact this lady. And you must have respect for her. Because it wouldn't be good to piss her off now, would it? So I used the black altar cloth to represent shadow and the night. And the darkness and who she is. And she is a guide to the souls to the afterlife. But she can be our guide to help us connect with our ancestors and the powers of what she is responsible for. So I like to give my deities sweets. I do. I got a sweet tooth myself, and I love chocolate. So depending on what colors they like, but definitely since she's dark and mysterious, dark chocolate. Milk chocolate's also good, but dark chocolate, it definitely a good one for her. So flowers and precious items are offered to her. Food, well, yeah, and dancing and prayers. So we can think about offering fruits of what we have available to us. So think of the darker sides of things like sweet, what if grapes, black grapes, plums, blackberries, which also have a thing to deal with the dead. Things that like red wine or very purple darkish wine you can give her and see if she'll take it. Some people have different results with different deities. Some say, well, my deity just happens to love this. Well, the same deity I worshipped, it wasn't that crazy about it. So, hey, we can also give her drink and incense. And since she's very beautiful, we can give her things such as jewelry. I mean, she is a beautiful woman. She wouldn't mind some jewelry now, would she? And some gems. We can call her to protect us when we're dealing with talking to the dead to make sure that we're okay because she has commands over these. She deals with being a guide as well as the mystery of death. So she's very powerful. And I swear, this lady, she's definitely she's definitely got the power of sorcery. So, anyways, I hope you did enjoy this presentation on her. Hine-Nui-Te-Po. There is more information to be learned about her, but I have to go and do things. Uh, the sun just pretty much set, and I do want to go look at the aurora borealis. And I hope I introduce you to a new goddess. And if you have any information about her that you would like to share or any experiences, please hit me up in the comments. Like and subscribe to this channel. And if you want, if you see this even 10 years from now, hey, do a blessing for me. Send some protection for me and my cats, peace and harmony and healing, and send blessings of money and prosperity. Because as much as I love money and I want money and I'll just, hey, give me money, that's okay. I'm not asking for money for this. If you're going to give it to me and you know me, I'll take money. But I do these for free. I do these because I love to teach and I want to spread the word. This is going to be my legacy. One part of my legacy is going to be with what I put on the internet and everything I shared and my videos. I'm a priestess, and this is part of what I do as a priestess is to share and teach and help. So I really hope that this helps you, and I really hope that if you do worship her, I hope I did an honor to her, and I hope I pronounced everything as perfectly as possible. So before I go, maybe I'll read a little bit more on this card. Trust. Before I go, why not? When trust is broken, when you were thought what was true reveals itself to be otherwise, it can feel like the whole world is upside down, that day is night, and all hope is lost. The very idea of continuing on in life can seem so fraught with emptiness and loneliness that you question the point of your very existence. But you must trust in Hine-Nui-Te-Po. Don't look back in anger, but go with her now through the darkness, and you will come out the other side again. This goddess has sacrificed much in order to spare you the worst of it. Sometimes it is through a lack of understanding that we are left in the dark. So if you need to ask questions, do so, for the truth, no matter how painful now, is better than a lifetime of not knowing or living a lie. Hine-Nui-Te-Po is a reminder of your inner strength. Others can benefit from what you have lived through. And right here, the card, it says, lies, betrayal, hurts, and pain. Won't believe our hope again. Release all doubt, for this 'tis a must. Seize the truth and learn to trust. By the power of the dark goddess in me, protection in place, blessed be. So trust. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much. My viewers, thank you for everyone who subscribed. You make this channel great. You really help build this channel because it helped me to keep going on and on and on. And when you like and subscribe, it means so much to me. And as always, blessed be.